In this video, we're going to talk about disassembling and assembling your CPF filter. The only time you should really need to do this is if you ever wanted to replace the foam pads that are inside the filter. Realistically, you probably only need to do this every 3 to 5 years, but there's a couple things you need to know when you take this apart. So first off, to get the top part of the filter assembly off, remove the lock, the clasp, and then remove the clamp that holds the top and the bottom together. Next, you can lift out the filter assembly. This is the foam pads, and these are what you'll be replacing, and just make sure you get the proper size for the proper filter. The smaller filters have left foam pads, just make sure you match it up to your filter model. So, to change them, what you're going to do is you're going to remove this bottom plate, take all the olds off, put the new ones on, put the bottom plate back in place, set this aside, and then the one thing that's an issue that people have some difficulty with is the O-ring. You notice I just took an O-ring off. This is very important. This is what seals the filter. What happens is, we're going to take and put this O-ring at a top little channel right up here, not down in this lower one. This is the biggest issue people have. This is explained in the instructions with the graphics so you can see it clearly, but just understand that the O-ring needs to be at the very top of this, not down in the channel. So when you put it in, you just kind of slowly work it around. If this was a filter that was in use, this would be slightly moist and have a bunch of pond stuff on it, so it'd be nicely lubricated. This is a new filter, never been used. Just use some hand soap or a little bit of moisture just to get this a little bit slick, because when you put this back together, it makes it much easier for the top assembly to come into place. So make sure you check and that the O-ring is at the very top. Take the filter assembly, drop it down in, and what you want to do is just give it a nice little squeeze. And then it's going to go together. Then when you put the clamp on, you want to make sure that the clamp handle assembly is over on the side here, somewhere not underneath here, so you can actually get at it and be able to attach it. So start at the back side at the hinge, work your way around, and you're going to take and put these together here. Then put the filter clamp in place, put the lock in place, and then you're back in business.